And that's another thing about the map pool. What I'm trying to look for is those maps that are a little bit unique and a little bit more risky than kind of the meta cruncher maps, which I tend to call them. Is that the maps are kind of formed after the meta instead of creating the meta. So this is the Barren Land. It's not a new map at all. It's been around, but you had like the starting position was kind of over here. And so you had players kind of just like ugh and just moved their MCV, just had to redeploy their MCV every time. But the games on this map was kind of good. Well, I've said it was actually pretty damn good. So it's so sad that it kind of went away. So I just want to go in here and check it out. By the way, here we go. Here's the new dog. This dog, by the way, 30 HP, up from 18, which is pretty insane. And you can see the vision range here as well is pretty significant. So that's right, dogs are pretty little. This is still the bugged dog, you know. But I thought like, okay, as long as it's bugged, we can get some use for it. It sounds more insane than it actually does, but it can take like 1 or 2 hits from the rifleman. And if you have like a range of like a Congo line of riflemen coming up, it can actually just go and just eat them all. And it's pretty hilarious. Here we go. I don't know, man. If he attacks, he should be able to kill the dog, but I'm not completely sure. So here we go. Let's gonna have let's see. So orb hard on the top right side. Wait, I'm retarded. Bottom right side, we have orb playing as England again with the oh, the dog died, with the stronger spy and the phase transport against Mr. Blackened, our other Masters player, which is a pretty fierce, strong RA player. Also the administrator and host for the Red Alert Global League. And he has been starting to play again a little bit later. I'm kind of happy to see Blackened play again, because he was kind of out for like some, well, at least for the previous season. When he just took over the league, it just looked like he had absolutely no time to actually play. So nice to see him back here. And actually, Blackened's going to come in here and kill off the infantry from Orb and just try to grab this himself. He's going to capture the pillbox though, so he's going to make this work, which is pretty bad for Orb because he kind of put all of his infantry in there towards one side and kind of just lost the engagements versus Blackened. So this is Barren Land. It's a bit funky map, but you do have like this, yeah, this kind of ore patch thing in the middle here, and that is just ore patches around the map. It's a pretty complex map actually, which can be really hard to figure out. It does have so many paths around it, and it's just gorgeous looking. So as I said, one of the reasons why it kind of just fell out of favor was because the start position was kind of bad. And of course, a lot of maps was being produced at the same time in that period. I'm pretty sure it came out like during season 1 or something of the Global League. I'm not sure, like a long time ago. Let's just scroll down the chat list. There's a lot of stuff here. This was going out right now. Hey, Unano, hey. Sus going out right now, SoScared, or what did I play? See, I'm old, like, I can't, you know, I can't read text slang. Yeah, even the technician infantry vision is buffed. Not just by 1 though, like this, because 1 less vision just looked retarded. That's basically the reason why. Anyway, I'm losing track. Let's see. So yeah, looks like it's going to be... No, Orb is going to go for a service depot this time around. It does have 6 harvesters, so his economy is going to be booming, it looks like. Got 2 patches here already. There's 2 on the left side, 1 on the right. Service depot is coming up. Looks like he likes his light vehicle attacks here. Or, yeah, going for map control. Pretty much the same thing for Blackened here, actually. Doing the same thing for his with his Russian faction. And it's going to run around with some flak trucks. Well, actually 1. With an engineer that's just going to die here in a moment. Oh! Oh! Oh, the engineer actually died. Of course, there is a light tank here as well, so wouldn't really matter. Oh, no! Oh, we could actually kill that flak truck, but kind of went the wrong way while the flak truck was stuck. Anyway, let's see. MCV up for orb. On the way. And Blackened. Actually, there is this MCV. So yeah. This map kind of brings up the good old days. Good old days when we didn't know the word meta. But what do you want to go for here on this map? It's not that popular to go for the middle right away. It's obviously a lot of ore here and some gems, but it's kind of vulnerable. If you just run here with some units, you can just harass the harvesters so easily. So you better just take a spot nearby your base. And it looks like both of them are just going to do the same thing. Blackened's going to just drop the refinery here and just move on. And probably take this patch right here. Orb will probably do the same, although his little pillbox here is kind of telling me a different thing. If he's going to stay here around and start with the and just take up to the radar, that might be the thing of his. Well, it looks like he's just going to produce a standard army here with some tanks and some infantry. Same thing for Blackened. It's going to just move out. Oh. Ah, I missed something. Oh, up here. And, okay. Oh, let's see. Okay, so Orb sees this little infantry. He should be careful, though. This is a stationary infantry blob. Oh, Blackened is actually moving back. And now it's moving forward again. It's going to kill off the medium tanks here for Orb, but it's going to just lose a lot of infantry to this. It's sort of a trade that kind of relatively equal, but still in the favor of Orb at the end of the day. And I was gonna say, like, twice when I started like playtesting the smart targeting changes back to no smart targeting. It actually took like a week or something for people kind of just get used to not having their units ignore buildings. So one of the things is that you don't really need to babysit your base anymore with an army. You sometimes obviously want that, but you can much easily just go out and start kind of just dance around the map with your infantry and tanks. But it takes a few games for people to kind of just get that feeling in. Orb has played this Unplugged, this mod rules for quite some time, so he should know what to do. Blackened as well. They actually have played. They played actually a couple of games yesterday, so they kind of familiarized themselves with it already. So it looks like Orb's just going to be pressuring Blackened all the way back to his main base, and so. But luckily, Blackened got out his MCV out another place, so he desperately needs an expansion. We're at 8 minutes. He still has this little refinery up here, but that could go down very, very quickly. Oh, heavy tanks in the front. Might be a little bit too much in the front. Losing 2 heavy tanks there, almost for free. 3 heavy tanks goes down. That's pretty rough, man. Orb is just staying here and harassing this eco line, and even like this refinery up here, that's just totally alone. Looks like he's just going to turn around, maybe kill this flame tower here. And looks like Blackened is kind of just in trouble. He's fighting this back, trying to fight this back, but Blackened has spent so much resources dealing with this a little bit inefficiently, so yeah, it looks like Blackened is a little bit in trouble here. Econ-wise, maybe we can just pull up the tab here. Yeah, we can see that. Well, we can barely see the graph of Blackened here, but there's a little dip here, and this dip is not gonna go up anytime soon. If Orb's economy gets to stay uninterrupted, that could be quickly an issue here for Blackened. And let's see, Orb. Yeah, already his health pads are up, and Blackened's tier 2 is not up. Oh, he's got 3 war factories. That's why 3 war factories. To get the production, he got a production cut on his vehicles by 40%, but he doesn't have the money to support it. That's the irony here. Finally, get 3 war factories, and you can't really afford to produce the the amount of vehicles that you can. You can produce the flak jacks pretty fast though, so if maybe you can catch some of these hinds unguarded, that would certainly be somehow some way to get a comeback. Oh, here's the hinds though. Hinds gotta be careful though. Those flak trucks actually has a pretty insane range. Well, everything has an insane range. Oh, here we go. Okay, no, that's fine. Just standing off. Let's see. Yeah. Obviously, going to try to couple this in with this army. Oh, some mechanics in there. That's cute. But Blackened feels like he needs a... well, he's going to have to get his eco up first anyway. And it's just going to have to be super careful here. See, he's just producing a lot of flag trucks just turning around. This base for a Blackened is completely valueless. He cannot really harvest from this area. So he might want to consider just kind of pulling back a little bit, getting this patch here, and kind of just hold back until he has, well, maybe a little bit more tech or eco to kind of just move out. Ah, losing another harvester here. Ah, the humanities. Wow. That medium tank has to be damaged, because pillboxes shouldn't be able to take out one medium tank here. And that's another thing. The medium tank, let's see. So the heavy tank has 125% of the original damage. Well, 125 in value, and the medium tank has 140. In addition to that, the pillboxes and flamethrowers are 350 HP instead of 400. So you can kill them both with 2v2 shots, but obviously tanks versus pillboxes are just absolutely no contest. Let's have a look at this. Despite this happening on this side. So bam, no issue there. Blackened gives up. GG. But you can definitely see like this group here is just not really scary if you have like a bunch of tanks with some infantry. They just melt through defenses. So the defenses are basically unplugged as just the layers in general. Like you cannot really totally rely on them for just bunkering down the base. Crates. Oh, crates, by the way. The crates scale up here. If you wait, like, I don't remember exactly the values anymore because it's a long time I did it, but if you wait like 8 minutes and then 12 minutes and then 60 minutes, the cash bounty you get out of the crates and the special units just get stronger over time. So that's something for, you know, for our team players in the future. And that's something that I think the official Open Array should just do the same. Because obviously when you're in 20 minutes into the game, like who gives a shit about like one rank bonus for your infantry, you know? That scales as well, so you can actually get a general rank after like 60 minutes or something like that. So yeah. Alright, game number 2 here between Orb and Blackened. Orb this time again, England. He loves this faction. And Blackened's going to play as Russia again. And this is a good time to mention that in the showcase tournament, there is a very specific setup for the faction pickings in that there is a best of 5 for pretty much every matchup except for the finals. But how it works is that the first game is going to have to be random versus random, so total random versus total random. Second and third game, the loser is going to have to pick a random Soviet or allies, and then the opponent's going to have to pick the other faction. Fourth and fifth game, one player can choose a country out of one faction, and then the opponent has to choose the country of the other faction. Sounds very complicated, but it's actually pretty simple, and it just makes sure that we do have a kind of a varied showcase. I mean, it is a showcase tournament after all, and we just get to see a lot of factions kind of just rotated around. Hopefully, unless like all randoms just end up with the same faction, but I'm not anticipating getting that unlucky. So this is one of the one very old map actually. One of the other maps I was kind of talking about that just kind of just fall behind. But this map actually was in the map pool voting for the season 5 of Raggle, and just people just kind of realized that this is actually a pretty cool map, and it's been kind of just hanging back here for quite a long time. And I just wanted to give it a chance here to see if you can actually bring this into the showcase tournament, because it's kind of cool. It's so unique. It has this enormous 4 ore gems. No, not gems. Or what's it called? Ore mine. Why am I so retarded sometimes? At a starting location, and you have like some expansion down here in the middle, like 2 here in the middle, and one in kind of the corner for both players right here. And so kind of just conspicuous the way this map is kind of formed, and also just very hard to kind of figure out if you're not familiar with this map at all, then you're just gonna get a little bit bewildered. It's gonna take some time before you learn it, I guess. And that's kind of what I want to. I just don't want to have like maps where it's just like, all right, that's kind of makes sense. You have this patch here, we have this patch here, which is gonna open up for the allow you to do blah 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 blah, and obviously there's these 2 ore mine patch expansion, the natural expansion like that, you know, and they're all just evenly spaced out here and there in this just square map. So that's not a rant against like all the new maps out there. I'm just wanting to have something a little bit special, and it looks beautiful too. I just want something to, you know, to be able to work with a little bit. You need a tech machine shop. Oh, I've been actually thinking about that. Actually, I don't remember who told me that, but obviously, like Red Alert 2 has this machine shop on it, and because the service support is so good, you kind of want to have that kind of working out there somehow. All right, so in very early light tank rush here by Orb, and it looks like it's going to get this power plant here without ease. There's nothing here to defend for Blackened, just completely neglecting anything except the eco scaling. He could actually just damage. Oh, it's going to damage the power plant. This cannot go down, by the way. It looks like it's going to go down. There's no rocket soldier on the way. He's low power. They can produce rocket soldiers so fast. Oh my god, that's absolutely brutal. Orb just runs in with three light tanks and just whacks the 2 power plants, and that's it. Excuse me. The game is not technically over. Oh my god, the War Factory is going to take 3 hours. Blackened should absolutely 100% cancel that War Factory like a minute ago and just get his power plant back online. Why is go for double War Factory here? I mean, you can do it because it's one huge patch, but once you go low power like that, you should just like hit the panic button and kind of just get back to basics, I think. So now the service depot Orb, which has been ready for some time, just allows him to produce an extra MCV here, and he's going to go out and just grab himself a spot, uncontested. Blackened's going to start producing, I don't know, APCs, but look at this. He's gonna spend like the next minute just getting his power back, and he's even like just floating like crazy. This does not look good, and yeah, you just have to pray that Orb is not doing anything. Yeah, Orb is just gonna just push here. He knows that Blackened is just absolute shit. Like if Orb just pulls like a couple of turrets here, then Blackened should just feel like he should just get out. There's just no way. He's going to place a refinery here, and yeah, there it goes. There comes the turret, and I think Blackened will just give up here. I don't know. He's going to just pull everything in here with the APCs, and there's nothing else he can actually do. This is already over. GG. Sorry, Blackened. Focus down the rockets with the pillbox. Yeah. I actually didn't do it too much, so there's a couple of rocket soldiers left. It's gonna run down the ore trucks, I guess. But yeah, that doesn't matter. Oh, the turret stays alive as well. Yeah, that's it. Blackened has nothing left. Yeah, why not selling the second War Factory? Yeah, it should have just cancelled. Like, even though you're like halfway finished, I think it's still like, I think a low power War Factory, how long does that take? Like 3 times the amount of the original time. It's like 1 minute and I don't remember, 40 seconds? 40 seconds times 3? I don't know. Way too long anyway. GG. So pretty rough. Jesus Christ, killed both those power plants. That was just, yeah, that's pretty much a game ender, especially if you play against Orb. Like, how do you recover? Well, the answer is you don't. Yeah, Blackened just not happy with that probably. What else? Well, here it is. Actually, this logo right here, you see, that's going to be changed, by the way. This is just the OpenArray logo with like just kind of just black disk behind it, just to make it different. And I actually asked Arrow, who is the head of the Twisted Insurrection project, because I've been asking before about just using his Soviet logos like on streams and whatnot. Oh, I should have just updated the Sunrise map. But yeah, I just want to... let's just drop this map in here right quick. I just want to ask him. I actually dropped him a question here some time ago. If I could actually use his original like Soviet and Allied artwork, because they're just absolutely insane how nicely looking those are. And if I could just get them on board the Unplugged project, that would just be just be absolutely insane. Oh, all right, here we go. So Orb's going to pick any allies here, and ending up as Germany. Ooh, maybe Chrono Tanks here, maybe. And Blackened ended up as Ukraine. He picked the... oh god, he picked the NA faction. He's going to go for the... he's going to go for the Kennel. The Chrono Tanks here for Germany are actually pretty damn strong. They have a pretty strong vision range. They have a couple of extra cells of travel distance for every time they chrono, and they also have something like 10% more damage versus heavy armor. So they're actually pretty scary. Still, you know, it's still debatable whether or not you want to go for that, because they're kind of still in a funny spot where you know, if you lose a bunch of them, you just lose a lot of assets. So if you just can't be efficient with them, you might be better off just going for medium tanks or something like that. So yeah. So this is the map Trapped. The map Trapped has 5 oil lyrics on it. Every time I say oil, something with L, my mouth just kind of stretches and I just can't say the word properly. And it's a pretty good map. It's a well, it's kind of a map where you often see bases kind of just hugging, you know, hugging the side of ore patches everywhere. You have like this area right here. You probably want to get in here, because if you stay here, you very often get attacked from the back. So this is a map where you can just grab the areas for yourself, and just, you know, it's kind of a land grab. Here in this area right here is a pretty active area. You have a lot of paths in, but obviously a little more distance here between the ore patches. So here we go. Orb's gonna go for a War Factory first opener in this game. Alright, that's kind of cool. So it's just gonna go for the eco-scaling, I guess. No, it's gonna go for Ranger first. Not a bad choice. Blackened here with double ore refinery. Blackened did not build a lot of infantry here with the double. Okay, here we go. It's gonna build more. Are these? Okay, these are grenadiers. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. That's pretty cool, actually. What are people talking about? I'm trying to read the chat, but I just fail. If you want my attention, just, you know, write my name and I'll look over there. So let's see, Blackened here. I kind of miss having the music on my ears. I might want to change that, but if the music is fine on stream, maybe I should just leave it alone. To me, it's just silence. So do you have an ore truck fix and the V2 fix merged into alpha? I think so. I think I know what you're talking about. I don't remember, actually. It's been a couple of weeks, and oh yeah. The ore truck where it just goes to the side. Yeah, it does that here, actually. So I think what Netansko is talking about is that you have this absolutely annoying thing. Oh, all right. Oh shit! I pulled away the window. I'm failing here. You have this thing where, depending on where you put your refinery, left or the right side of the ore. If you put it right side, the ore truck just goes immediately for the closest tile. But if you put it on the left side, the harvesters tended to just go up here and then up and just start all the way here. And so you have to like micro the harvester here immediately, which is pretty bad. But on the bleed, they just fixed that by just having the ore truck just scan the closest ore, and I managed to get that onto the Unplugged as well by just uploading towards the bleed. So that's a very, very convenient change, because obviously you cannot do so much about the north versus south advantage, but that little annoying thing definitely just makes the game more smoother. Absolutely. So Orb's gonna lose this oil derrick here. Looks like Blackened is gonna stay back with 3 oils, and it's got 6 harvesters. Always 6 harvesters for these guys. So 6 by 6, and but Orb has already, let's see, there's his MCV, and Blackened has no tanks. And what is he doing? Okay, he has the APC, but it looks like he just has less vehicle production right now, or maybe it's just an illusion. I don't know. He's gonna kill off this middle oil derrick. It's a good choice. Just provides Blackened with some free scouting. Already here with his own army though, so Orb's gonna be careful. He's gonna move forward though. Ooh, this might lose. Okay, never mind. Orb is too quick. He's gonna pull back. But that gives Blackened a little bit chance of moving forward though. Doesn't seem like a good idea. There's not that many rocket soldiers here, so if you just push, no, he's got to push forward the heavy tank a little bit further actually. Looks like it's just gonna be an evil trade. And neither player actually have much rockets. Actually, the one rocket soldier by Orb is actually going to win him the engagement. The medium tank actually stays alive, so that's pretty rough, man. That's pretty rough. Well, actually, this entire engagement just boiled down to 1 damage tank for Orb here. Alright, looks like Blackened is long distance mining here for whatever reason. The MCV is moving around. It's gonna find this base. Very late MCV, by the way, by Orb, and now I was by Blackened, excuse me. And I was gonna lose the harvester as well. 1 goes down. He should be able to save this barely, and he kind of will. But Blackened is already in trouble here. It looks like his Orb is just gonna come in here with a pretty strong attack. What can I say? Yeah. GG. Yeah, that was just a couple of engagement there, kind of deciding the path of the game. Game was on Unplugged, by the way. They kind of run a little bit faster. I don't understand what's happening. What was happening is that I think just, let's see, I think this Orb just got his where's the yeah, Orb just can maybe get slightly stronger eco scaling, and just won pretty much every engagement. Just pulled back in apart a little bit. You can see like Blackened just running up with a couple of harvesters. You should never, that should never really happen to you, where you just start to long distance mine from your first base. So something was off there for Blackened somehow. Didn't work out.